Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about negative dimensions. And if you don't know what I mean as in like 3D, 2D, 1D, and I drew out all of the dimensions. Ignore the blue writing for now. I'll talk about that later. So I drew out all of them. 2-dimensional is just a plane. 1-dimensional is just a line, which you can only move left and right. And 0, you can't move. You're just there. You can't move up or down or side to side. And what I'm talking about today is negative dimensions. What happens if you have negative 1D? What happens when you have negative 2D? It doesn't make sense. What happens when you, instead of just sitting there, you don't exist? And what's another thing is, if you're 2-dimensional, you can only see in a 1-dimensional plane because you're flat and all you could see is a line, infinitely thin line. That means if you're 4-dimensional, you can only see in 3 dimensions. Are we 4-dimensional? Because if we're 4-dimensional, you can only see in 3 dimensions. If you're 2-dimensional, you can only see in 1 dimension. That's what those blue arrows are, not the ones pointing down. And that means if you're 0-dimensional, then you can see what negative 1-dimensional looks like. What would that look like? If you're just an infinitesimally small point, then what does negative dimension -1 look like? Or -2? Because if you're negative 1-dimensional, you can only see negative 2-dimensional. And what's even weirder is there's a blue arrow pointing down next in between the 3 and 2, and it says 2.5. What is dimension 2.5? Is it like a mix of 3-dimensional and 2-dimensional?
What is this?
Or even weirder, what would negative 1.5 dimensional look like? Just what? And if it was just the dimensions turned inside out, then what's a cube turned inside out? A cube, if that's even possible. A plane, like, or a piece of paper, if you turn that inside out, that's kind of impossible. But it would still be a cube, and the 3-dimensional would still be a cube, and the 2-dimensional would still be a plane. In the 1-dimensional, if you turn a line inside out, which is not possible, it would still be a line. And if you turn a dot inside out, it would just stay like a dot. So negative 1-dimensional cannot be that. And I'm sorry to say I do not have the answer for what negative dimensions look like, or what would 2.5 dimensional or pi dimensional. I'm sorry, I do not have the answer to that. In the comments you can ask what you think, but don't tell me this is a clickbait video. So I guess that's it for this video. Bye!